Isn't for my kid a cold. So Carl's got a fever for 2 days now. He's finally getting over it, but I'm just catching it, I think. So good morning. It's just me. We're only going to walk around a little bit, but I'm still feeling well enough. I haven't gotten a fever yet, so fingers crossed. Ashley's here. Arlene's here. How's everybody's weather? I hope I'm using earphones, so hopefully it's not blowing as much in the microphone as it would with the phone. Raymond's here. Windy Perth. It's a little windy here, so I hope it's better, but yeah. Snowing where Ashley is. My mom says it's Snowmageddon in Duluth. I thought that was a new term. Snowmageddon. Arlene has got beautiful sunny weather in Winnipeg. For once, Robert doesn't have to be awake past midnight to join. Yay! Well, we have to have beautiful weather here, so. Still very dark there, I would imagine it is. It's about 7 a.m. when where my mom's from in Duluth, Minnesota. And Matthew's here from Egan, and it is 0. Okay, well, this is above 0 for once, so that's good. I'll turn the camera and you can see, because we'll just walk around. This is the view from Karl's deck. I might have to set the gimbal. Kiwi's here from Bergen. How is it in Bergen? This is what Selje looks like. There we go. Now I got it sorted. So Matthew, did you guys have a Snowmageddon? Or is it just my mom? I'll walk around though so I can see a little bit better. I don't know how my gimbal's going to hold up battery-wise, but it's charging. Oop. I didn't charge anything. I started coughing last night, and then I stayed in bed, and then I realized about 30 minutes ago that nothing was charged. How was your Christmas, and what did you get? Karl and I got the game Catan. Does anyone spell it C-A-T-A-N? We got it from 2 different sources. So we have 2 of them, but both of them have an exchange. So we will probably get an expansion for it, I think, because the one that we have is a base game, it says. I haven't played that since before the pandemic, so that'll be interesting. And I don't know if you caught my story, the one story I put out over Christmas. It's probably expired now. We got a bread maker from Karl's mom and dad. So Karl's, oh, it's Bad Rose, you got 7.5 inches. Hey. Let's see. It's raining a lot in Bergen. It's been raining a lot here too. Hi, Heidi. Yeah, Selje is beautiful. So we'll walk around a little bit. There, no, I'm not feeling anybody. So you can see down there is where we were last time when we were showing the coast. It's like into the fjord there. So it's almost completely surrounded by water. We had no problem getting over the mountain this time because my winter tires are better. And I have a different car. So that's unexplained. My motor went dead, and so I had to get a new car. So I have a new car. New to me, anyway. I wish it was newer. But it handled the weather just fine, the roads, and it didn't snow on the way here. Although we might have stopped a few times, so we ended up getting here at about exactly 6 o'clock. Don't know how much we can see down there. I didn't want to stand outside on Karl's deck because his mother is trying to tell me that there's food in 30 minutes and I'm not going to make it, so I didn't want her to. She didn't know what I was doing. And it's too much to explain. Freezing rain in Spokane, Washington, says Jessica. Oh gosh. Yeah, did you get you got Snowmageddon there too, didn't you? The storms are horrendous. Most of the northern USA and everyone here in Canada except Manitoba. My little brother made it from St. Paul to Duluth, so that was a good thing. We'll point at me again because there's people coming up the road. No, so she called it Snowmageddon. I actually lived through the megastorm. Does anybody remember that? I mean, living through it wasn't exactly a difficult thing, but I dug out of it. Hey. Let's see if we can and film this way. There, you can see a little bit more. It was a little foggier, but now it's kind of cleared up. That's actually on the other side of water, but you can't see it too well from here. So yeah, now Karl is going to need some bread baking recipes. I mean, okay, so we put banana on pizza, liver pate on pizza. Both of those were actually not bad, although liver pate was a little bit like having cat food on your pizza. Water chestnuts was a no-go. So Obviously, if you put banana in bread, that's kind of a thing where I come from, so that's really not much of a stretch. So we need some funny ideas anyway, but there's some more of it over there. Now you can see the water if I lift it up. So anyway, Morton's mother's like, well, we didn't know what to get you, so we thought, you could return it if you want. And Carl's like, hell no, we're going to have fun with this. A bread maker is something that you kind of want, but you never would buy because it kind of seems frivolous. There you can see over there too. Ashley got 3 tablet weaving books and she's excited to crack open. Which ones did you get? We have one with the brown cover. I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's got a crap load of history on it and such. That's the one we have in the store, but there's some more. Our state got lots of ice and some snow. Last night we were freezing rain for Christmas. Carl the breaker, that stretches my imagination. Jessica also got snow early in the week, but should be 40. Oh yes, you're above 0 anyway, or above freezing anyway, except flooding. Well, flooding would be bad. It piss rained here, so all of this was snow, and now it's not. So, let's see. Hopefully my gimbal will hang on. It's like telling me now that it's low on battery because I didn't charge it. So try to charge it one more. I brought the battery back. Maybe we could bake something with those crazy cheeses. Oh God, yeah, that could be fun. Oops, I'm zooming in on the power lines. That's always fun. No, so the megastorm, if you didn't know what that was, it was in 1991 on Halloween night. I was 21, 20? No, 1991. I would be 19 actually. First year, I think, at University, UMD, University of Minnesota at Duluth. And they were showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But my mom had moved to the outskirts. So she moved to Proctor or Midway Township, actually. So it was a little bit far to drive in, and if we're going to stay overnight, so we stayed in at my friend's dorm. There were 9 of us, I think, in a dorm that was meant for 4 people. And all we were going to do was go watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show, go to sleep, get up in the morning, go to school, and then go home. 4 days later, I don't think we're speaking to each other still. I haven't heard where any of them are anymore. But yeah. And we did some role playing, and then I think we pretty much wanted to kill each other. Because if you've seen the dorm rooms at UMD, maybe they're better now, but they were kind of small. It was like 2 bedrooms with a bunk bed in each, and one living. No, I think it's 1 bedroom with 2 bunk beds, and then like a little living room, kitchenette kind of thing all together, and that's the whole thing, and a bathroom. Nope, you had them share a bathroom. So it took us 4 days to shovel out. We walked down to the grocery store, or actually the gas station, where they were sold out of petrol or gas anyway. But they only had leaded left. They were out of toilet paper, out of milk. All the movies, all the VHSs, all the videos were rented, except for Space Oddity 2000, which we obviously decided not to get because once you've seen it, it's kind of done. But when we were walking to the store, this was kind of fun. So as we're walking to the store, we decided to walk up on the snowbanks because cars, because the snowplows will come in the road eventually. So there's a car for you. All of a sudden we hear this hollow sound, and we realize we're actually walking on top of cars because I look down and all I see is a windshield wiper with a parking ticket in it. I don't know why the person couldn't move their car that day, but it seemed to be So anyway, we were supposed to get 1 snowstorm that night. We got hit with 3. So they called it the megastorm. As far as I know, that's still the biggest snowstorm, or most. It was over 1 meter in one night. I think we got 36 or 38 inches, 39 inches maybe, I think it was, in one night. So that was kind of fun. And then we started making t-shirts like mad, or not me, but Duluth did, saying I survived the megastorm of 1991. So what's your worst? Leaded petrol, not been able to get that for ages. Really? You can still get, you get diesel here, and then you get it's called 95 or 90, whatever, 8 octane. We actually got the Lily Grove books and the one with the Arlon patterns, I think. But the author is Claudia Woolen, but I'm half awake and not human yet. It's okay. If it makes you feel any better, I have not had coffee. I slammed a bottle of Pepsi, though, because I needed something carbonated. Yeah, Matthew knows this. Halloween blizzard of 1991 got snowed in at home south of Hastings. So how long did it take you to dig out? Because it took me, 4 days, I think it was, till we finally got out of there. Usually snowstorms aren't that bad because I worked at the Holiday Inn at the time, and there's a ramp. Let's see, I'll turn this way. There's a ramp in there, so you could park your car in the ramp, which we had because we worked there. So the car was not snowed in. That was fine. And everything in downtown Duluth is connected with skywalks or tunnels. So we didn't have to go outside, and we could get everything we needed. You were born in 1991. Shame on you, Ashley. Yeah, I did turn 50 earlier just a couple months ago. So what else did you guys get for Christmas? Did anybody get some textile stuff or a baking machine? I can't wait to use that with Karl. It'll probably be in a couple of weeks though, because uh, we're here next week. And leaving on January 1st to go back to Gudvangen. And then I stay overnight there, and then I drive back to Vestby on Sunday, so my kid can go to school on Monday. To drive from Vestby to here is literally crossing the widest part of the country. You go from pretty much almost all the way east, about 40 minutes, 30 minutes from the border, to as far west as you can go, which is where Selje is. That took 8 hours. Actually, it took 9 hours because we had to stop. Some people have smoking addictions, and yeah. My car, my kids, I mean, not my kids, my cats were in the car, same thing. My cats were in the car, and they had no problem sitting still for 9 hours. But Karl needed iced coffee and cigarettes, that addict. There you can see a bit more. There. So how is your stash busting going too? I talked to my mom last night. She is participating, but she's not posting anything, of course, because she doesn't have Instagram. She informed me that she just finished the last couple stitches on a knitted pair of mittens. They're lined. So you knit a thin mitten. What's a little windy? You knit a thin mitten, and then you knit a bigger mitten around it. Put them together, and then you knit the cuff. You knit the two together by making the cuff. So she was very happy about getting those finished. Okay, so I didn't finish mine yet, but there's still some time. Although I got thrown for a little loop here. Let's see. I was making hats. I had to make some for the store, so I made some for the store. Made some for Christmas presents. Managed to make 4 of them. My hands went nuts. It's just blowing in my ears. My arm was going nuts. It turns out it's not the tendonitis that hit my arm. I actually had pinched a nerve or something, because if I move my hand in this direction, then these 3 fingers go numb on my right hand. So I'm holding a gimbal with it. But anyway, it was like it suddenly started working again about 2 weeks ago. So I was able to start needle binding again. I made about 1 or 2 hats for the store. I made 4 hats for his family, although actually I made 3 hats for his family and 2 that were only like yarmulkes. I mean, they were just small. I think if I go too far down, I might not be able to see anyway. So I said I could figure out which one you guys want finished. I can finish it there in the evening anyway, and they can take it home. So I think if I go too far down, you won't see much. Yeah, we're getting a little lower here. Well, maybe you can. Yeah, you can see a little bit more. But those weren't made with my stash yarn. I had to make 2 hats for my kid, the pussy hats, but she found some Instagrammer that had one. They're not called pussy hats, but it's the same damn pattern. It's just not pink. And I still have about 108 grams to go, because the one thing I was going to finish is that skinny gray yarn that keeps breaking with the hat. I don't think I'm going to like, but I'm just going to finish it and screw it. So my thought was finish the hat for Karl's family, the 4th one, and then start working on that. But then his mother's like, I see you have a 2nd one started there. Yeah, she's like, I see you got a 2nd one started there. I need a new hat too, you know. So I'm finishing that hat, which is also not in the stash. But I have, what is it, the 26th today? I have about 1.5 days of driving. So I've got about 4 days to go. I think I can do this. Yeah, we can walk this way. It's actually kind of cool. Okay, so now I have to 2 questions. How's your stash busting going? And what did you get for Christmas? Let's see. Rather than stash busting, Raymond challenged himself to learn the Coptic stitch. How do you like that? And are you doing it upside down or right side up? There's someone coming, so I'll put it back on me. Because when I do Coptic, I have to do it upside down. But I don't do Coptic very often because it's so close to knitting. And I figure I'll just knit it. But it does cross over a little differently, so I'll just look this way a minute. Hey. Yeah, now I can turn again. It's very Norwegian to go out and walk on Christmas Day, or the day after Christmas. You made a hat for one of your brothers, and you also do it right side up, but I think it's crazy small stitches. Yeah, even if you do the fat stitch, it is crazy small. But it would allow you to do color changes that were smooth, just like you could with knitting. So that's quite nice. Oh, you can see that a bit better now. Well, the Christmas tree lights are on that tree, but you can't really see it. There's a peak that's way in the back that kind of looks like a tooth. I don't know if you can see it from here, but that's how you can tell if the weather's nice or not here. No, I'm a little too far over yet. There's like a little tooth that sticks up here, and it's way back, and if you can see it, then that means the weather's not bad. We'll move over for a minute. I'm in the town of Selje. I don't know, whoever's got Google can tell me how many people live here. But they're looking at me kind of funny because I don't think they've seen somebody walking around with a phone and a gimbal before, speaking English rapidly. Let's see. Kiwi's currently working on a hood by the ones you've made, Karen. Oh, she opened the hole for the face last night. How did you like cutting it? Is that the first time you're doing cutting now? No, you did a sweater with cutting, didn't you? If you haven't seen it, you have to go to Kiwi's Instagram page. She can post it. She made this really cool sweater that's kind of like got a 1940s style to it. It's like a glove. I mean, without being too tight or anything. So that's part of Karl's house. They put new bedroom windows on his room, so now we have a view. It was like basement windows before, even though he's actually on a second floor. So they put taller windows in there now, so we can flash everybody, and they'll get a good show. Let's see. Raymond says, I do want to attempt the color change, but I've never done it with knitting. But I know the theory, and I think I can work it out in Coptic. Yeah, you just pretty much drop one yarn and you continue with the other, but you don't cut the yarn. You can actually twist the yarn. Every time you make a stitch, you can wrap the other color behind the new color every single time, and then you won't have to weave it in later, or it'll just be carried through. Otherwise, you have this kind of loop. Like if you look at the back of a Norwegian sweater or any Cosby sweater for that matter, you'll see that the yarn is carried. And you can always, stick a little stitch in it on the backside if it's too much of a distance between color changes. There's also something you can do called duplicate stitch. It's the same way you do. I think we call it. I think it's Dutch. Dutch repair on socks. What's that called again? Dutch mending or something like that. But you can do that too. It's you just basically take the other color in, just kind of follow the yarn pattern with the loose piece of thread right over on top of the other stitches, and it will be more. It'll show the color over the one behind it easily. It'll be a little thicker there, but it'll be kind of cool. So that's the water right there, and then of course the water's about the same distance in the other direction too. Take notes, yeah. Karl will come out next week. Okay, we're going to do this on Saturday, which is New Year's Eve. But because we're ahead of most people, except for Raymond, he'll be drunk. And on the 31st, we'll have to go at 2 o'clock because you can see it's already going to be dark. It's going to be almost dark at 3. So since it's early enough in the day, and people from Minnesota and Kansas and Missouri and Canada, Winnipeg, all that, you will be actually, it'll be early in the morning for you, but you'll get the light, and hopefully you won't be hungover yet because you'll have started a day too soon. But Raymond, you might have to log in at this time on New Year's Day, and we'll see what you look like. Maybe you can come up with some really creative bread recipes for Karl. I did another bad thing. I tried wine. I haven't been able to have wine for like 6 years now because I started getting migraines. If I have one glass, I started reacting to beer, and then I started reacting to wine. But we had this blush, and I thought, okay, no, I can try that. How bad could a blush be? I had this much in a glass, just a little thin glass. Had half of it. Thought, no, I'm going to just cut it there anyway. And I think I spent like 4 hours and a lot of water drinking it. Woke up in the morning and I felt like I had been drinking all night long, but not too bad. So it's doable, but I don't think it needs to be repeated. But still allergic. That's okay. That's why they have liquor. You can almost see the little tooth over there. No, oh, maybe you can't. Maybe I'm too low for it because Karl's house is higher up, but it should be like right there. And the fishing boats out there and such. Robert says, yeah, I'll be in the future already. I'll let you know the lotto numbers. Yeah, we'll see you in 2023. You'll get there first. Matthew said he made or finished 2 baby mittens, 1 adult mitten, and 1 socks. Almost finished another adult mitten. Oh, nice. Oh, that's right. I also started a pair of mittens for myself. I think you can see that last week a little in the Osla stitch. It sounds like Oslo, but it's Osla. It's A with a circle over it, SLE. And you do an M1 F1 connection on that, which basically causes everything to just squish up on the backside like that. It makes it super thick. And then I found my mittens. So right now they're wrist warmers, but I will actually finish them and make mittens out of them. But the rush was over because I found the mittens that I was looking for that are leather. Oh, it's kind of snowing over there. I don't know if you can see it. I was talking to my mom on the phone last night in Snowmageddon. I looked at all the harbor cams in Duluth. It wasn't snowing at the moment, and the lake looked not too bad everywhere. So I was happy to see my brother made it up from St. Paul. But it didn't look like they were in the middle of Snowmageddon. But my internet cut here 3 times during the conversation. Of course, we sat and chatted for 2 hours because it's been forever. My brother and the whole family were there. One of my brothers, the other brother wasn't. But anyway, so hopefully it won't cut. But it was blowing much harder than this, and it was raining cats and dogs often. Probably looked like Bergen. Yeah, Oslo stitches, Raymond. If you do that one, it is a nice stitch. It's actually not too difficult to do once you get the hang of it. But go with a really thin yarn and do not needle tension that thing. It will be super dense on its own. Oh, here's kind of pretty. You can see the rain's about to hit. So you can see there's rain coming in this way, and it's blowing in my earphones right now, so I'm just trying to cover them. So what else did we get for Christmas? Okay, we got the game Catan, 2 of them. That was kind of fun, from 2 different families. One from my ex's side of the family and one from Karl's side of the family. I got a book called Bara Striped, which means just stripes or just strips, I think it is. It looks, and there's like a drawing on the front of a bunch of kids or a whole family wearing a striped sweater with a ball of yarn, but it's actually a comic strip in Norwegian, so I will check that one out. I actually looked at that one in the store because I thought maybe it was knitting patterns, which I shouldn't be doing because that hurts my wrist more. You can see over there a little bit. That's about the entire population of Selje right there. And that's water just in there, so it's very thin area. Yeah, but anyway, how did you like cutting open the hood? If that's the first time you did it, that might have been a scary thing. Let's see, I'll go slow here. You got gift cards, says Raymond. I'll definitely be getting some yarn with those. People were smart. They didn't give me yarn this year. It was really good because I'm still actually trying to use the yarn I got last year. I brought it with me thinking I would have lots of time to needle bind, but I still have one thing of the stash busting left. Let's see. Yeah, we'll put it that way now for a bit. And I still want to make that. I want to make a caul with it, but it's thin and it's natural wool from down in Trege, I think, which is somewhere near Kristiansand. And it's a dark gray, I think, and a slightly brownish one and a lighter gray. So I want to do a caul with that one, I think, and probably finish 2 + 2, maybe 3 + 2 or something. Because I don't know if finish 2 + 2 is going to be dense enough, but I'm not doing Oslo again. Oslo is totally worth the effort, but that's an investment. It looks really pretty though. I've done one other thing in the Oslo stitch. Oslo, that's on the Instagram. Oh, now it's raining. That's on Instagram. It's a red cowl. The picture turned out really beautiful, so I haven't done anything with it except for admire it from a distance. But it fits me a little too well. It would fit a skinnier person much better. But that one is priced at an arm and a flipping leg because there's no way I'm making another one of those again. Raymond says, I'm sitting at the moment. I brought 2 bags of yarn with me. It's a bit too hot to do much Nalbinding though. I'm hoping it's a bit cooler this week. Yes, I still have to get glasses. I talked to my mom. She shelled me out. Okay, maybe we will continue walk up this way a bit because it's raining. Whoops, sorry. I hit my gimbal. There. I'm seeing if I can put the scarf over it so it doesn't rain on the gimbal too much. This is just an old gimbal from work. that they let us use because we have 2 new ones. Let's see, I have to collaborate. I have to fix the gimbal yet. There it goes. Collaborate. No, is it calibrate? Calibrate. I can speak. What else did we get for Christmas? We got what did we get? We got a bunch of stuff. Karl got shirts because Karl doesn't do clothes, so that was good. When we were in Vestby, he did get a pair of shoes. I got a pair of boots too. Can show you. There. Naturally, I didn't zip them because that would be too much work. There. Oops. There. What else did we get? I'm thinking I'm going to forget somebody at some point. Oh, I made Karl's mother a big sheet. Karl's mother and father, like the ones I embroidered. I made one that's 8x10 or A4 size. It was the first one I made that big. Turned out pretty cool. Karl's sister said that's the fastest the picture's gone up in the wall in this house, so you should feel honored. I do. No, it turned out quite cool. That's made with the. Well, that was fun. Looks like I'm not the only idiot walking out in the rain. That's like 6 more people coming than one behind me. Oh, yes, and of course we got a cold from my kid. That was really nice. No, Karl had it really bad. I swear to God, we don't test for corona anymore. My mom was surprised at that, but in Norway they don't test for corona anymore. They just said if you're symptom free, you can go to work even, but no need to test anymore. So I don't know what he's got, but he's I don't know if it's that or not. And he doesn't really care anymore. His words were, "I'm sick and tired of this damn COVID thing." So it is what it is. I don't care. But he had a fever for a little over a day, a little over 24 hours, and now he's just tired. So that kind of makes me wonder. But he can eat. He can get up for a cigarette too, so he can't be that bad. He's had iced coffee. For me, I just started coughing last night, but I don't feel. I did get up. Karl's like, you can cancel today. You have a good excuse. Like, no, I can still see. I can stand. No, my head is actually still fine. It's just that I sound funny. I've been coughing enough to make it so that he can't sleep. And you can see more of Selje. My cat is attacking me on the phone. Okay, here we go. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Get it, get it. Get the cord. It would be better if it was string. Did it work? That's an extra cable in case my battery dies because I forgot to charge everything. So that's what we'll be looking over this area at New Year's Eve. Let's see. I have to set the gimbal again. It's probably rain in it. There we go. I'm not going to walk there. I'm just walking around the circle here. And Karl lives. Oh, actually, you can see his house up there. That's part of Karl's house. You can see the 2 new windows we got. If I get the gimbal to turn. There we go. There we go. There's the 2 big windows. They used to look like those short rectangular, like the ones next to it. Actually, they used to look like that. So he's got this great view. So basically, Karl could stand up there and flash us, and we'd have evidence. So now you know where Karl lives. We're only here until New Year's Day if you want to. She hit my face. The cat. There. I see why we don't use this gimbal anymore at work. It needs to be reset a lot. Okay, so now how many of you are going to be stash busting after the new year? My mom was like, let me know when you have a new challenge. I want to do that again. I'm like, okay. And then she asked me too, now that since you're slowly moving from, from Vestby to Gudvangen, what did you do with all your yarn? Did you get rid of it? And I said, well, I got rid of most of the cotton, almost all of the cotton, a lot of the acrylic stuff. The Red Heart stuff has been gone a long time ago. But nope, I did keep the snobbish yarn and the wools because I can still make stuff for the shop, the Viking Valley shop. There we go, you can see much better. And it's at least an hour to the nearest yarn shop in any direction in Gudvangen. So I'm not keeping it because I want to, really, really. No, I swear to God. That's not why I'm keeping it. I'm not emotionally attached to it. Maybe I am. No, I'm keeping it because it would be more expensive to replace it. There's my phone telling me that the battery's a little low, but I can switch the plug. Well, it's a pretty good view. It was worth walking down here. You can see, this is the other side of where we filmed last year anyway, though. See, now the gimbal went back in the weird mode again. I think that's a little lighthouse. Maybe it's a house. Not sure. Still can't see the little tooth sticking out there, so there's still kind of more fog anyway. But you can actually see quite farther than this on a good day. So what are your New Year's Eve plans? There's some mountain over there. We are not going to be drinking wine, that's for sure. See, you always need a good stash just in case you get snowed in. Oh my God, if anybody's lived through, well, obviously Snowmageddon too, and a megastorm, yes, you definitely have to. Well, I mean, I was never more happier to have a crap load of yarn with me when I got stuck in the lockdown in Gudvangen for 3 months. So the only thing is, I figure I told my kids, like, well, be prepared. We might get stuck there for a week. The country looks like it's going to go into lockdown. So, but it could be up to 2 weeks. So just plan for 2 weeks just in case. 3 months later, anyway. So the first thing I did when I got back was bring all of my WIPs, my work in progresses. You can see more too. Do you think I did any more of them? I think I did one done and that's it. So they're still sitting there 2 years later. It's really pretty today. Karl's mother's going to yell at me because I'm coughing and I'm out in the rain. It's not raining that bad. I'm from Duluth. This is nothing. Let's see. Kiwi says, I'm done stash busting. Yeah, I saw that you made like beautiful socks too. I've got to get better. I have to make the socks like that more often, the ones with the finger heels. But I think I increase too much or something at the back because it ends up being too wide at the heels. I thought no one the hell was going to fit in those. I put them in the shop, and sure enough, somebody with gargantuan feet actually bought them and fit them nicely. You made a lot of small. Kitty made a lot of small projects for Christmas gifts. So now that Christmas is over, she's working on bigger projects. In addition, the hood I mentioned. That's right. What kind of yarn are you using for this? I need to know. So what kind of yarn? Are you going to use the fat yarn? Are you going to use the skinny yarn? Are you going to do it like the Osla stitch and really regret that later, but it will be really toasty? Let's see if I can. Oh, I am zoomed out. Oh, another car coming. People are out. I think I have a couple of ideas of things that I want to do that I haven't tried yet. Let's see. Some more shawls, basically taking a crochet technique to it. Oh, there's Nalbinding, Den of a Tiger Nalbinding on Instagram as well. I think she's from Russia, maybe Ukraine. I have no idea. I probably just insulted the crap load out of everybody. But she's got some really interesting techniques that she's done. She's doing like freeform crochet in Nalbinding, some sort of a alligator looking thing. I haven't been on in about a week, so I don't know exactly what it looks like, but the technique was cool that she was applying freeform crochet technique to needle binding. And she's also done some lacy shawls, and it's just different. She's taking anyway non-traditional needle binding techniques, but she does the same thing I do. She's applying the crochet or knitting techniques or some pattern they might have done and just switching it over to adapting it for needle binding. You have to rework your gauge and everything, but you can do it. So that one you should see too. It has a bunch of different things there. Den of a Nalbinding tiger or Nalbinding, I don't know what it is. Not that hard to find. Just look up hashtag Nalbinding and you'll find it. Let's see, there was something in there. For the hood, Kiwi is using Viking Naturgarn and Dollarna stitch. For the sweater, she's using Drops Nepal in Dalby stitch. Drops Nepal will be nice in Dalby. I did one hand in Dalby and I forgot to take a picture of it. The plant dyed yarn from God knows where. Something Kristen at work would call gut yarn. I used the gut dyed yarn to make a hat in Dalby, but I didn't have time to photograph them, so screenshot or it doesn't happen. So, but it was pretty. So Dalby is really good, and that yarn was about the same thickness as the, maybe slightly thinner. Den of a Nalbound tiger. That's it. So Raymond's got it there in chat. But anyway, if you want to get some ideas for a different way of thinking, not just hats and mittens and things, it's kind of a fun thing she's got there. So I was kind of impressed to see it. can see a little bit more there. And then Viking Naturgarn, that's what I use for most of my hoods, I think, because it's cheap in Norway, at least. It's not cheap in the United States because it's imported, but in Norway it's cheaper. And it works up really fast, and you can plant dye it too if you really want. And then all of a sudden it's worth a lot more. Unless you use dandelion guts, and then Kristen, the textile hexa, might kill you. I do it anyway just to piss her off. See, what else did we get for Christmas? There were some other things anyway, but I bought myself a new car, a new used car. That wasn't intended. Oh crap, if I can remember. Oh, when we got into Karl's room, Christmas star was still over the bed, so that was very good. I told her I wouldn't stay there. I refused to stay there if the Christmas star wasn't hanging over the bed like the first year. He's got school kid photos, so I think we have to show those next time. Don't tell him. This is little Karl. He's like, can't be more than 7, and then I think 11 maybe in one of them, and a little bit older than that in another. So she made an awesome goldfish for the Christmas tree. Yeah, that was one she did too. It was I think she used she changed the stitches, like you would do in crochet, if this makes sense. And it's a little different in English, in British English and American English anyway. But she basically took like a triple crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and then a lower stitch. So that basically is what that is going. It's from big, little small stitches to make something go a bit like that mountain inward. So you can do the same thing with that. She basically started with a taller stitch, or she did double Danish, I think, and then worked her way down to not single Danish. It's just the regular Danish stitch. Single Danish is basically just cross knit looping, so it's different. But the Danish and double Danish are similar, so you could easily decrease size on that one. Let's see. You can see a bit more here now. I think we'll be walking up that road there, back up to Karl's house. Oh, it's pretty. So my mom, she was asking me if I used up if I was going to sell my yarn or get rid of it, or what was I going to do? I'm like, oh, hell no. But actually, it's true. It is more expensive to replace the yarn. So as long as I have a way of storing it, and I did. I went through all of it, and I made a culling. I actually got rid of quite a bit. I've decided cotton is nice yarn to make and knit and crochet dishcloths with, but I've got things to needle bind, so that's not going to happen. Because my mom, lovely lady that she is stash busting, and went through her stash, and she's got some, sweater worth of yarn from Scotland. This nice wool. I think it's probably Shetland wool. We're hoping, crossing fingers. She wanted to know if I want that. I'm like, yeah, let me think about that. Yeah, I'll store it. I got room, no problem. I'll put it in the Viking house. No one will ever know. But it was enough to make a whole sweater, I guess. So I'm really excited about that. And then she's like, well, I might have some Nalbinding and stuff. I'm like, anybody else drooling over yarn here? Got to recalibrate. There we go. So this is now we just walked basically around Karl's block. You donated all your acrylic yarn, says Raymond, to a lady who crochets things like blankets for use of people in hospital and aged care homes. That's a really good idea. I donated mine to flea market, but I think it was for, I don't know, some cause. I can actually do it this way. It's better than looking at people's houses. But yeah, the first thing I got rid of is the red heart yarn. I bought a bunch of red heart yarn in the United States because it was cheaper, and I was learning how to crochet. I already knew how to knit, but I wasn't quite sure that I would get it. You know what? This is not a road. I'm walking up somebody's driveway. But oh, there's a ferry coming in, I think. Let's see. Gotta calibrate again. There. Or maybe it's a fisher boat. They never sleep. They never take the day off. But yeah, once I figured out how to crochet, my mom was just, yarn snob that she is. She's thinking, you shouldn't buy that crap. It's just, if you're going to put all that effort into making something, gotta gimbal again here, then why use the cheap yarn? Because what she's actually right about is the acrylic yarn, the red heart yarn, it pills very quickly. And it's very hot. Some people say that they use it because wool is too hot where they live in the South, but actually wool breathes and acrylic does not. So There's another little, but I think she's kind of right. The whole theory of it, if you're going to spend that amount of work on a project, you might as well use the good stuff so that it lasts a lot longer. There's that. It's a ferry. Let's see. It's going really fast too. One of Karl's sisters is on the way back south with her family, and they took one of those. She's got about a 6-hour drive, I think, ahead of her. Let's see. Karl's there. I don't think that the road connects. You have to go past the marina. No, I can go down here, can't I, Karl? I just went up somebody's driveway. They're all looking at me funny, by the way. Everybody's out walking. See where that guy went down there? I can go down there, can I, Karl? And hi, Karl. How are you feeling? Let's see. I wasn't saying anything about stashing and keeping a lot of yarn and hoarding more, I promise. That road, can't I take that road? Yeah, no, that's down by the marina. I'm learning. Yeah, we were outside that building last time, weren't we, Karl? When we were looking at Sant Sunniva. Where are we going to go next week, though, Karl? Because we're going to be done being sick next week, right? Even if I get the fever and everything like you had, I should be done with it by then. So I bet Karl's online to tell me that his mother thinks I should come in and eat now. Yeah, there we go. We can walk down to the marina. I have about 20 minutes and the battery hasn't died yet, but I will have to ultimately switch from the gimbal. Do this. I don't know what, maybe think that might be a marina. It could be the boats. I'm smart. So Karl, I told him that we got a bread maker, and I will put that picture in a post later or something. I had to do some Christmas photos. I haven't really done much. That we need some bread ideas. Raymond thought we could put some of those stinky cheeses in a bread. What do you think? Obviously, banana bread's not going to be too creative this time because that's actually a thing where I come from, and it's really good. It's actually kind of like a cake, but they call it banana bread because it's made in a loaf. And then the first weekend in Gudvangen, we might be able to play with it. That could be kind of fun. Where was that ferry going to, Karl, that just passed here? I'm going to ask you a shit ton of questions so that you have to type fast in your sickly state. Let's see. The internet hasn't cut yet, so that's pretty good. It's really pretty, though, today, even though it's raining a little bit, but it's actually not too windy. Oh, it's going to Bergen, so maybe Kaya was on that one. That's the one we were supposed to take if we came out here with my kids, I think, then. We tried to bribe them to come all the way out here. Oh, it's pretty over there. We tried to bribe them if they came all the way out here to take 2 days in Bergen, but we couldn't be bought. They didn't want to spend 9 hours in a car or 8 hours in the car getting here. There. So my next project. I have to think. I got a lot started. No, I had some ideas. I know there are some things I want to do. I know I want to do a vertical striped sweater because that looks like fun, but it's a lot of work and you need a crap ton of the same similar weight in yarn. And I'd have to make it for Karl because there's no way in hell I'm making one in my size. I'd have to maybe if I lose a crap ton of weight. Okay, so that's not a road where I thought it was. I have to walk all the way around. It's another driveway. This time I didn't walk up their driveway though. Look, it's a sidewalk. So Karl, where are we going to go next week? On New Year's Day, 2:00, Norway time. There. You were talking about some place we were actually meant to check today to see if we had connectivity out there, how big the link was. Because when we went to Harristurlen, we found out that the link does not reach Harristurlen, that big insane asylum. They actually let us out of there, by the way, which was quite nice. It's really pretty today. Okay, and then so what does everyone else want to make? I think I wanted to do some more in, oh god, nice hair, in different stitches or denser stitches because I got a lot of the thin yarn to use now. The hats I've made, they are lasting in the store, so I don't have to make hats for a while. I'm tired of making hats. Just fine. No, I'm tired of making hats. So I have to make something else. Oh, they got more Christmassy. Oh, you can see over there too. Actually, I think that's Karl's house up there. If not, it's really close to it. The old road where we came down from the mountain. Oh yeah, that's where the car got stuck last time. That would be good. Isn't that your house, Karl? No, it's not. The window's too far over. No, he's further up. Ashley says she wants to do socks next year and full mittens. Mittens would have been the good way to go for me, but I just didn't feel like doing a pair of anything. I should have, because the wrist warmers sell pretty quickly in the store, so clearly we need more of those. And I haven't made mittens in a while because they took a while to sell, but the reason they took a while to sell is because they were skinnier ones. They fit pretty much just right. I should have made some that were super big that they just fall off. Where's your boat, Karl? Which one is your dad's boat? It might be the big one in the middle there. I don't know. He's got a sailboat. I know that. Maybe not that one. So last year we tried to get up that mountain and it didn't work, and I realized my winter tires were much worse off than I thought. Does anybody else or somebody was asking me anyway, how do you do winter tires in do you switch to winter tires in Norway? I think it was Karl's brother-in-law actually. And no, we have all season radial tires. So but apparently that's not too. And I just remember when I first moved here anyway that nobody changes their tires each winter and spring or fall and spring. They just use radials, all season tires. Yeah, that's where we were looking. We were down there last time. No, we were down over there actually, the other side, on the other side of that, but follow the mountains. Where we were last year. When I yelled at Karl about the turkey, tame turkey, we might actually get away without making a turkey this year. It's true. I was asking Karl's sister, I said, do we really have to make a turkey this year? Did they actually buy one? She says, no, they haven't yet. So, maybe you should just make a leg or something. Like, that's fine. We don't get, you can still buy a turkey. No, I don't think we have time to thaw it. 6 days is not enough. We'll see. I see where the road is that I have to go to. And we're having klippfisk. It's I think it's dried and salted fish, and then you rehydrate it. We had it yesterday, but Karl was sick, so we're having it today too. There, you can see ahead of me here. So Karl knows I don't get lost. Now there's some other things I want to make this year too. I don't think I want to do gloves. I did one of those. Karl's got those, but needle binding stretches lengthwise. So there is a pair of gloves on Pinterest that are done vertically. I think that would actually be better because then they'd stretch widthwise. But I'd have to work one out first and then write a pattern for it. Because that one is going to be really gauge dependent. You have to make it the right length of your finger and your fingers, and needle binding shrinks over the first 3 rows. So there's a little bit of guesstimation there. He's a builder. That looks like a kind of more typical Norwegian house. Look, it's got grass on the roof. Karl, why do they have grass on the roofs? I told you they still do that here in Norway. It's not just in the Viking village or up on the farms. They actually do that here. Karl hates that question if you didn't know why they have grass on the roofs. Oh, there. Oh, there. I might be blowing in the microphone again. But I'm almost at the end anyway, and my battery is just holding up. I have to take it out of the gimbal though. Let's see. Because I'm under 10% or the weather is hitting it enough. So hopefully I won't shake it too much. Hang on. Let's see. cord. Okay, this is really fun. Do not adjust your camera or your television. Ashley's cat is probably going nuts. And we plugged into the phone. Now we just have to be plugged into the battery pack. If it cuts, I'll see you next week on Saturday at 2 o'clock. There, now we should have a bit more battery. Oops. There, but no gimbal, so we'll just have to be shaky. So now you know what a gimbal does. It makes this not shake and bump. Stop the ride. I want to get off. Laugh out loud. I told you to look away, Raymond. Maybe you started New Year's Eve a little too early. I didn't do anything with the camera, I swear. No, we're almost at the end. Yeah, that's the building we were standing outside of. I don't know if you can see it through the trees there. Last year. Why do I know that that was episode 93 or week 93? Because that's the one where I ripped Karl a new asshole about the turkey. Sorry, earphones fell out. You can see the peak there too. It's really pretty. There was something else. Oh yes, I made the Santa beard, and Karl had to pose for it. It's on Maria Lind Hale's blog, Mustard Off AF Nalbinding. And you can see the Christmas calendar. I think there's 4 or 5 patterns up this year. Mine is, I think, in week 3. And what I did was used thrums. That's another thing. I actually have to make a pair of thrum mittens. I've only made 1 thrum mitten, but I didn't have very many thrums. Thrums are like these little wool pieces of wool tufts, or you can use old yarn, scraps of yarn. And the way you work them through the yarn creates or through the project, kind of creates a fuzz on the opposite side. So in this case, you work that beard from the back side, and the thrums all end up hanging from the front, which create a beard. Oh, that's Karl's house up there. We're showing everyone where you live. It's the one in the back. Oh, I might have to go selfie mode. 2 thumbs up. There you go. Okay, but I'll stay this way, then maybe it won't be so blurry or so banging. But 2 o'clock next week, Karl will be there. He has no choice, rain or shine. And I don't think we'll have tried the bread maker yet, but I'm expecting some seriously good requests, some really odd ingredients. I asked my kid, do you think maybe Karl could make bread out of bubble gum? We'll see if he does. No, but he needs some pretty wacky challenges. I have to post that picture anyway. I even put it with like the Frankenstein thing. It's alive. Did I go the wrong way again, Karl? Damn it. He's probably laughing at me right now. That's not a road. It's not that big a city. I don't know why I keep getting, it's like not even a city. It's a town, a village. I should have just walked back the other way. No, it's one more road. I will get there because I know where the grocery store is. Next time you'll come with me, even if you are dead. And then I was also thinking I need to do another challenge. I like this one. It's a Facebook group. Farvalong, which means or knitting or crochet farvalong, which means color along. You choose the theme, a color for the month. In that month, you make something in that color. Doesn't matter. Like if you choose purple, doesn't matter if it's dark purple, light purple, or reddish purple, or bluish purple. You just make something in purple, big, small, whatever. So I thought that could be a fun thing until summer comes around and I have no more time. I think I can cut through that person's yard. Do you think they'll get mad? Do it. No, I'm not. It's super icy. Yeah, so we should do that. We could do a color along. I was trying to think, what can we do? Because I can't commit to a stash buster. Oh, you can see even more of the grass on the roof there. Oh, it's like super focused or zoomed there. Yeah, because I can't commit to a stash busting, but a color along could be kind of fun. If you're wondering what a gimbal is, that's what this is. I want to do more stitch alongs, but that takes some time. I was supposed to print up the sweater one or make the sweater one, but then the pictures got lost when my computer. I don't think they're lost. They're just somewhere. When my computer got switched out 2 years ago. No, it wasn't the 2 years ago. I don't know, when I changed phones or something. I don't know, but the pictures were not in my photo album where they're supposed to be. So, but one of these days I'll do that. But actually, if you go to that Nalbinding sweater stitch along group on Facebook, you'll get plenty of help there. Oh, there's the fairy from Bergen. See? Ta-da! And it's not even accordion fairy. The new fairies look like accordions. Anyway, I think I might cut it 5 minutes early because I'm sure they've been waiting for me to eat for about 30 minutes. Karl hasn't eaten in 2 days, so he's probably wanting to eat right now too. By the way, don't wait for me. Hot food must be eaten while it's hot. And then I'll see you guys next week. I promise not to die. I might get a fever after today, but then hell, I just kind of earned it, didn't I? When going out in the rain. No, I think I'll be fine. So see you and on New Year's Eve, 2 o'clock. Except for Raymond, it's on New Year's Day, and I'm expecting you to be pretty plastered. Okay, bye for now. Yeah, I posted a lot of pics of that sweater in the group. Yeah, you did. That's right. You made a sweater too. Okay, so there we go. And I'll think about a color along. I can at least commit to a color along. You can just make a hat, another hat. Anyway, yeah. Okay, see you. Have fun. Where's the end button? There.